if you're interested in coaching from us, you go to 11dayschallenge.com and get started. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things that came up. I've meant to do this video. I've been wanting to do this video for like this topic I'm about to cover right now. I've been wanting to do it for easily 5-7 years. I just never got to it because I just felt like it's not worth. For a long time, I felt like it wasn't worth my time. I'd rather focus on the people that want to be serious, that want to get things going. But I figure I should just put this out here and just have it sit here on YouTube, on Facebook. That way I can reference it. So this topic that I want to cover right now is called the 7 terrible questions to ask a potential coach. Okay. So if you want to hire a coach, okay, first of all, you should be convinced. I'm not talking about empirical data facts proven that they're the right coach. No, such things don't exist. Okay. You feel it here. If this person is going to be your coach, you just feel it in your heart. You know it. You just feel that connection to them. Okay. Like there are many people, there are tons of people that go through my channels, my multiple online properties online that just never do business with me, and that's fine. Okay. If it's only one nugget they pick up from here, I'm okay with that. There's a lot of people that go and come back and say, you know what, I watched your video and they're now $4 million earners per year. I have quite a few people like that. Okay. They didn't really go through everything, but they went through here. They picked up one nugget and like that. And that's the beauty about this. That's why I love doing this, because it's not about you must be my coach. But if you're going to hire a coach, you will know from here. Okay. But here are some terrible questions to be asking a coach. I know most people will tell you there's no such thing as a bad question. There's no such thing as a terrible question. Many people will tell you that customers are always right. The truth is that all those things are right. All those things are absolutely right. Okay. You're right. There is no bad questions, but I'm telling you right now, you'll push a potential good coach away with these kind of questions. Okay. You know why? Because most good coaches, they are marketers. So they don't really need any one particular individual. Okay. They're reaching millions of people at any point in time. Literally, right? So the idea that when they miss you, they just miss you, you just may be the person that's missing out. So just in case you want to avoid, you don't want to miss a potential opportunity, right? Then let me share this with, allow me to share this with you. Okay, if that's okay, allow me to share this with you. And you just want to note this question. I'm going to put these questions here for you, but I'm also going to give you different nuances, why they may not be so terrible, but why it may be deemed terrible. Okay. And when a potential coach deem this question terrible, what they do is they don't come back at you and tell you that's a terrible question. They will never tell you that. They won't tell you you're asking a terrible question, because again, that's not politically correct. So they're not going to tell you that, because potentially you could still be a customer, right? So, but for my experience, when people ask these questions, they end up being bad customers. Okay, they end up, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, they end up being, they consume a lot of energy. Okay, and the people that tend not to ask these questions, that doesn't mean they can't be bad customers. I'm just letting you know that these questions right here, you want to be able to frame different way. You want to be able to frame that. They're literally mindset driven questions, honestly, but you just want to be aware of them and see if there's ways you can work them around your journey into your journey. Okay. Because your journey is at the end of the day, it's a marathon. It's not about your first deal. I had to break that to you. I know you caught the energy of, you dropped the Kool-Aid of one deal away. I did too. Okay. But after one deal, I realized quickly, like, nah, this is not about one deal. It's about building a business so I can do it over and over again. It's about learning the skill set so I can repeat the process over and over again. That's one of the reasons why driving for dollars is terrible, because the few people that close any deal from it, they get lucky ones. Or maybe there are people that hire drivers, right? But again, that's not you driving personally, okay? But different topic. I have a whole series on driving for dollars on my YouTube channel. So the first question that you don't want to ask is this: is there anything else to buy? Okay. Don't ask this question from a potential coach. Okay. Because what that means is that you're trying to know everything that there is to know along the journey that is in fact going to be a marathon. Okay. Like, check this out. If this was going to be easy, if it was easy, everyone else would be doing it, right? So clearly, there's going to be stuff along the journey, not just for you, even for the coach. Okay, even for the coach, they haven't figured out everything else yet. Okay, there's tools that change every day. The tools that we use will change. Some tools just go obsolete. That's that's pretty. That's not far fetched, right? Tools can go obsolete, right? They just don't work anymore because the API, it was connected to Google and Google broke that API. You're not allowed to use it anymore. There are many companies that have gone under, and then we go to another tool. We find alternatives around it. Now, here's something that entrepreneurs do. They understand that from the get-go. So they don't be like, oh, the tool wasn't working yesterday, but it's not working today anymore. They know that that's just a fact of life. That happens sometimes. So it's quite impossible to answer the question, is there anything else to buy? Okay. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying, no, I mean, like right now, you want me to buy something else right now. There's always the answer. The actual obvious answer is that there's always something else to buy. Okay. It may not even be the upsell of the coach. Okay. Because the coach may be selling to you right now $5,000 program, right? That doesn't mean you're not going to buy other stuff. That doesn't mean they're not going to recommend other stuff that will make your life easier. But the key word is make your life easier. And yes, sometimes those things are attached to affiliate products that they make money from too, to help them sustain the business that they're running, right? But at the end of the day, even though the question is not terrible, it may be deemed terrible, meaning they may shy away from the idea of working with you, period. And that may just be the coach that was going to help you through the journey. Okay. So don't go around. I understand it. A lot of people have bought a lot of products. They go inside, they notice there's more stuff to buy. There's always something to buy. There's always something to buy. And a lot of people have gone through all those platforms, and then they're kind of soaked up, and they're tired of buying all these tools that they never need. Unfortunately, that's the journey that most of us went through. Okay. It's just the necessary evil of the game. Okay. However, if I sold you something for $2 and you know what my time is worth, if you could just guess what my time is worth, clearly that's not how I feed my family. Clearly, I may be just doing business the old fashioned way. I want you to taste it and see if you like it. If you like it, you move further, even further inside. Okay. But only because you will still be served. Okay. Only because you will still be served in that process. But if you're stuck on, is there anything else to buy? See, that defensive mode is only going to kill your business and your journey. Not mine, but yours. Okay. Plus, again, if you ask me that question on a private chat or something like that, I just don't answer it, because there's always something else to buy in your journey of building empires. You may just find that you don't like the chandelier in the building, the castle, and you want to change it. That will be completely optional, but that is still something to buy. You may say, you know what, I don't like the lawnmower that's in the garage. I need to buy and upgrade it, right? That will be completely up to you. I may say, you know, that lawnmower in the garage is not yours, it's mine. I'm going to take it away. If you want to buy, you can buy from me, but you still love the house. You still love the house, you can buy. So it's a mindset thing. Thing it's a mindset thing. If you bought enough stuff around the internet, I get it. I know it can be frustrating, but don't ask a coach or a person that's about to sell you a training program. Don't ask them, is there anything else to buy? You may just be in front of the right coach and you push them away because they don't really have to deal with you, because you're just one individual among so many millions of people that they're exposed to. The second question is, how soon can I close a deal? I get it too. Like, who doesn't want to know how soon you can close a deal? But remember, this is about building an empire. When you come to this platform here, I'm the first to tell you, like, listen, you're not one deal away from changing your life. You're one deal away from a proven concept. That's about it. Okay. You prove that the concept works, but there is actually a good chance, I'm telling you the numbers, the statistics, that you will never close a deal after that one any longer. Not here, because I will show you a system that you can repeat here. But for other platforms out there, there's a very good chance that you'll do one deal and you never do a deal again, because, again, they're teaching things like driving for dollars. They're teaching things like knocking on doors, things that basically reduce your chances of consistency, keeping it simple and consistency, the two secrets of winning this game, right? So because of that, So I'm the first to tell you, no, you're not one deal away. Don't ask question, how soon can you close a deal? If you need a job, go find a job. Okay, because if you have to look over your shoulder as bills chase you down when you're trying to build an empire, you will get frustrated out of the business. Okay, if you close a deal right away, it's a setup for failure. Okay, if you close a deal 6 months later, it's still a setup because your faith will be tested. This is entrepreneurship. Okay, it's well worth it. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's worth it. That's why you're here, right? But I'm telling you, your faith will be tested. Okay, I'm telling you that there's going to be moments where you feel like nothing is working. Like, even though they told me I'm going to close the deal, I saw 2 testimonials yesterday. How come it's not happening for me? You're going to have those moments. Even after you close 2, 3, 4 deals, you're going to have those moments. You know why? Because you are a winner. You're a champion. You're separated from the mass. And you're testing waters that most human beings will never test. And comes with that is what I'm telling you. Your faith will be tested. So a mindset shift for a second here. Don't come to me, ask me how soon can you close a deal. Ask me how soon can I learn how to market. Okay, how soon will I generate my first lead? Okay, because keep in mind, look at this this thing right here. Okay, this thing right here. Ask me how soon can I generate a lead? Okay, how soon can you generate a lead? That's like reachable. Okay, there's something called SMART goals, right? Something called the SMART goals, which is specific, measurable, attainable, right? Reachable, and trackable. You can track it. How many deals can you close? There's only so much you can close, especially if you're a beginner, right? But if you can track how many leads, how soon can I generate the leads? How much would I have to pay per lead? Those are the kind of questions you should be asking because it's attached to the process. Okay? You have to be obsessed with the process, not the results. Okay? Results oriented is a good thing. But again, everything can be bastardized. When you get to a point where result is all you're thinking and you don't want to hear anything about the process, you're not going to win in entrepreneurship. Okay? All right? You have to love the process. You have to be obsessed with the process. You have to be obsessed with lead generation. Forget LLCs, forget contracts. You have to be obsessed with lead generation. Okay? So a better question is, how soon can I generate a lead with what you're about to show me? That's a better question. How many leads can I generate in a week? That's a better question. How much would I be paying per lead? How much do you pay per lead? Anybody should be able to answer that question. A lead is about $1,500. A lead typically converts about 50%, meaning for every 2 leads you get, they should be able to answer that question. For every 2 leads you get, you're probably going to close a deal at $10,000. You pay $10,000, you pay $1,500, you make $10,000. Net profit, $8,000. It's a good day. Mindset shift. Okay. So one of the reasons why the previous question, am I going to buy anything else? Most of the things you're going to buy here are under $100. Most of the tools that you will need to make this business work, like you have if you're paying for what do you call it? If you're paying call rail, that's $50. If you're paying for DocuSign, $50, $40, all this stuff are under $100 each. So for me personally, I need a kind of person that understand that all the online tools are all under $100. If you have 2 or 3 of them that you're working with at any point in time, you can close a deal. That's still significantly a good return on investment. So I don't like entertaining. Personally, I don't like entertaining a person that's stuck on how much money do I have to pay? Is there an upsell? Like all these kind of questions. I don't like it, and I know that most of my friends in the industry don't like it. They don't tell you that, they shy away from it. Okay. So if you have a coach, avoid this kind of question. The better question is the process. What is the breakdown? Oh, so leads, right? Understand what a lead is. A business person know what a lead is. If you don't know what a lead is, you have no business chasing after deals. All right. So let's go on to the next one. The next question here is, how many other programs do I need to sign up for? Like I just said, assume it's 20 and assume that each one of those will cost you $15, $40, $5, $10, whatever. Assume that. Just assume that. If you can't assume that, you're probably in the wrong game. You need to go back to a day job. And that's okay. That's okay. We need everyone everywhere. Okay. We need a full-blown ecosystem. That's what makes up a society. But when you come into entrepreneurship, and you're about to hire a coach, don't ask them up front, how many programs do I need to sign up for? It's discouraging, okay, to yourself, not to them, because they're gonna avoid you. Remember, it's not like it's not nothing for them, because they get that all the time. Because again, majority of people think that way, but you're not trying to be majority of people. You're trying to be the few chosen one that will win big in this game, right? So they get that question a lot, so they know how to, like, it's now like a subconscious filter. They don't even answer to it. Okay, it stops before that kind of question stops before it gets to them. Okay, so again, just assume that you yes, this journey will cost you money. Okay, this is about learning how to market, set up campaigns, and it will cost you money. Facebook is going to charge you money for every click you click, right? For every, like, even when you think you hung a bandit sign, you spent just $150, you're actually paying a certain amount of money for every car that drives by and sees it. It's just that most people are so amateur that they don't measure that. But if you measure it, how many cars drove by that? It could be 1 cent, it could be half a cent, whatever that is before they pull down the sign. Whatever the number is, you need to be obsessed with that number, because again, SMART goals. Trackable is the T in SMART, right? Specific, measurable, attainable, reachable, trackable. You need to be able to track the process, not how many deals. The deals are not going to come if you don't know the process. Okay, and if it does, you just got lucky. Terrible place to be in. It's a setup for failure. Okay, setup for just disappointment. Okay, all right. The other one is, can you tell me all the tools that I need? Similar. No, I can't tell you all the tools that you need. As a matter of fact, I may say this is a set of two right now, 5 that I give you today, recommend tomorrow. Tomorrow, I may wake up. That's entrepreneurship. It's dynamic. Things can change. They can shut down the platform. They can change the design on the platform. The button may used to be here, and the button has moved to the corner or behind the menu. And if you're not ready for that kind of if you're not ready to be resourceful in that sense, don't bother. It's not worth it. You're just gonna burn yourself up and burn yourself through the industry and never make a dime. Or worse, you make a little bit, but when you look at how much you spent, it's just a whole lot more. Start with step one. Get focused on step one of the process. Understand it conceptually, understand it, and then move on to the next stage, and then to the next stage. And because when you do that, you are now above everybody else in the game. Most other people that are trying to win in the game, just by taking the time, being patient, and going through that process. Nothing worthwhile comes like that easy, like that. I know they've sold you the easy thing, like, oh, just close the deal and just make money. I know they sold you on that. It will still feel that way when you close that one deal. I promise you. It will still feel like, wow, thank you, goodness, right? It will still feel that way. But I'm telling you, it's a process. Okay. Next one here is, where do I find a sales and assignment contract? So this question represents anything you can Google. Anything you can Google, don't ask your potential coach. Okay. Why? Because they're going to shy away from the question and won't answer it, because you can literally Google it. Okay. Anything you can Google, Google it before you come and ask. Because again, the kind of coach you're looking for is not worth their time doing the back and forth questions that Google can answer. They're not going to answer it for you. If they could answer, if they have that kind of time available, it's probably the wrong coach for you. Okay. Because clearly they don't value their time. There's an oxymoron there a little bit. Just think about it. If it was worth their time to go back and forth and answer questions, little questions like, so what is real estate wholesaling? Like, they're not going to answer that. That's too broad. Like, that's like anything you can Google. Don't ask a potential coach. Okay. This, I guess, is a good question, but it may be deemed terrible, or it may be deemed, I wish I could answer, but let me keep it moving this direction, because I need to feed my own family too, right? So I don't lose my business on this end, right? So let's go on to the next one here. Can I pay you from the profit that I get? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Some people actually say, hey, yeah, I know your program is $5,000, but what if I close the deal first? Since you said we make $25,000 per deal, right? I close the deal. I promise I got you, man. I'm going to be the best hardworking person on your team, blah, blah, blah. They see all this kind of stuff, right? Remember, that the right coach has access to millions of people in terms of marketing. Like they have that, right? So why would they want to, like, why is that a good bargain for them? Where's the value for them, right? There's no value in that. Okay. And if you understand the three core pillars that I share in this book, which you should read 10 to 15 times, the first core pillar is value. You should always be asking whoever you're interacting with, you should always ask, what is the value that I'm bringing into this person's world? Because it's value for value. That's how you're going to get value out of it, right? You should always be looking for where to invest. It could be your time, sweat equity. It could be a little bit of extra effort. It could be because you invest a little time in Googling the answer first. And then the answer is going to be that even much better when you do get one, right? Where is the value that you're bringing to the table? Because if you don't bring any value to the table at all, there's nothing to multiply. There's nothing to multiply. You're basically multiplying with zero. And when you multiply with zero, guess what happens? You get zero. All right. Let's get this last one here. This last one says, can I have access to everything on immediately? Yeah. Okay. There's no such thing as everything immediately. Like you remember same thing I said about tools, right? Tools, the program, how many upsells do you have back there? Those things change because, again, we are marketers and we're always changing and testing things. I may have an upsell yesterday, I may not have today because I'm testing different things that will help me get the best return on my investment too, because all of this is a venture, right? So I'm always looking for ways to get the best return on my investment. So if you ask me, hey, do you have upsell? And I don't have upsell anymore, or I scratch that tool, I change the tool to make it easier for people. Even though the tool is easier, it's a little bit more expensive, but it makes your life a lot more easier. I'm not about to start discussing all of that detail. Those details belong in my spreadsheet, okay? And it's not like I don't want to be nice to discuss those details. I don't have the time. I don't have the time and resource to do that, okay? So the best thing is, like I said on last week, don't try to solve problems that you don't already have. Okay. There are 5 stages here. You should learn how to do stage 1 first. Learn how to do stage 2 next. Learn how to do stage 3 next. Right? Learn how to do stage like that. Don't solve problem on step 5, like deals, right? What is the structure of the deal? What kind of contract should I use? That's essentially you jumping all the way through stage 5 and you don't even know how to generate a lead yet. Okay, you're wasting resources, and it's no wonder why you're not making money when you do things like that. And I still make those kind of mistakes, believe it or not. I make those mistakes just maybe at a little bit of a higher level than an average person, but I have to like do that to myself sometimes. Say, hey, you're trying to solve a problem that you don't have. Let's go back. Let's focus on one thing. One thing. Like there's a book called One Thing by Gary Keller, the founder of Keller Williams. Okay, I think co-founder. It's called One Thing. You need to pick up that book and read it. Okay? It's called One Thing. It's a popular book, bestseller. It's called One Thing. It's the number one reason why most people fail at building anything worthwhile. Okay? One thing. It's one thing you should be focused on right now. What is that one thing? If you want to hire a coach, you feel in your heart that this is the right coach for you. Go ahead, pull the trigger, buy. Next. You found something else you're supposed to buy because they recommend buy. Next, you can buy right now, figure out how to buy it. Figure out the next step. 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 That's how you win in this game. Come into the game with your champion mindset on, not a victim mindset. If you've gone through like 50 gurus sites and everyone tend to sell you upsells and stuff like that, and you bring that fear to the right place, but you're bringing the wrong energy to the right place, it will affect your journey. So I'm begging you, if you know that you have a chance and you're serious about winning this game, don't bring don't bring all kind of energy. Just stay focused. What is the one thing I need to do right now? Okay, there's another one thing presented to you. There's a little obstacle. Okay, they told me it's going to be $10,000, but I only have $8,000, so I have $2,000 more hurdle to jump through. Right? All right. Let me figure out how to do that. The heart of figuring out. That's something you need to master. Okay? When I tell you, go read this book 10 to 15 times. Don't ask me why. You're trying to sell me stuff on every page. The answer is yes. I'm always trying to sell you something But I know that if I sell you something that's bad for you, it will affect my business badly in the long run. So the only thing I will ever try to sell you is stuff that will add more value to your life. Okay. And when I say sell, it doesn't mean I'm selling you a product in exchange for money. I could be selling you an idea, just that you need to buy into a simple idea. Like, for example, I'm always selling you attraction marketing, meaning spend your energy on places where you can just put out baits, like bait agents that will continue to attract money to you for a long time. Spend your energy on that, because time is against you always. Time is the one resource that you don't have enough of. Okay. All right. So that's what I have right here. Ayobami, thank you, my brother or sister. I'm not sure if that's a woman. All right. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. If your first step is you want to get the books are free right now. They're still free. Go get them. You download them for free. Smart Real Estate Wholesaler and Real Estate Money Secret. Download them, read them 10 to 15 times. You're ready to start executing. You're tired of just soaking in content and you want to start executing right away. You want to simply go to let me show you that site in a second. You want to go to 11dayschallenge.com and you want to sign up. Okay. I don't care what the price is. We're always testing different prices. Sign up, get started. Don't ask yourself questions about your own business. How do I move forward? This is your business, not my business. Okay. Because remember, even on the YouTube channel alone, right? On the YouTube channel alone, I'll get at least minimum of 200 views per day, per every 48 hours, minimum 200, about 250, 270 every 48 hours. That's exposure. So basically, I can't spend time trying to convince every one person. All I can do is put out value. And that's all I'm asking you to do. What value do you already have? Because you do have value already. What value do you have right now? It could be your desire. It could be your simple desire. I have a strong desire. I need to learn this stuff and I need to get started now. I need to start executing right now. Okay, this sounds good. Let me read the book first. Whatever you want to do is a decision as an entrepreneur, as an emperor or empress. This is a decision you're making for your own business, not mine, your business. Okay? Your business. And you make it like an entrepreneur. You make it like an empire builder, like a nation builder. You make that decision like that. You cannot bring a victim mindset and think you're going to build anything. And it starts with little things. We all have victim mindset. We all suck up and just emotional and sensitive sometimes. We all do. Okay, but you don't want to have an overdose of it. And every time you just look, you're like sniffing, like somebody out to get you. Listen, I got over 800 videos on this channel. You could watch. You could just keep watching them until it clicks. You could just knock it and just what do you call it? Cherry pick all over the place until you close the deal. It's all the tips there. The first series of the first series of this particular series, from data to deals, was literally me logging into Empire Big Data and showing you how it works, how to set filters and stuff like that. You could master that and just start picking up slowly. You can go at your own pace. But all I'm asking you is that come into the game with your champion mindset. Don't bring the victim mindset. You're in control. Nobody's out to get you. Okay? Nobody's out to get you. Okay? I've been around this industry, including the internet marketing industry, for a long time. Some people do shady stuff. Don't let me say there are no bad people out there. Okay? But for the most part, when people create a course or you create a training and coaching, they're legitimate. Okay? There's no one single course I've ever purchased where I feel like I didn't pick up one thing. The first course that I purchased back in 2004 and 5 was a $3,000 real estate program. I only got one tip out of it that was useful up to today, and that was to go find a local real estate association. That's the only tip. But that tip has got me here right now, 15 years later. That's champion mindset. Oh yeah, I only got something. See, it's your outlook on life. It's your outlook on life. Do you lead with gratitude, or you're just always feeling something is out to get you? No one is going to share what I'm sharing with you. Most people would just probably put out a sales letter and just try to catch the suckers. But I care, and I'm not holy. I just wanted to put out this content, and to be frank, honestly, so I can share with more people as time goes on. If I had the time and they're acting like victims, I said, go watch this video. That's actually why I did it. But hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. Hopefully this hopefully this blessed you. Hopefully you didn't see this as an attack, but you saw it as, you know what, I am in control. You're in control. Okay, you're in control always. You spent $2,000. The course was crappy. So okay, we're talking about a journey where you can make 6 figures, 7 figures a year. So okay, I don't want you to do that. I'm just telling you. So in the grand scheme of things, is that really a loss? Right? It's not. Okay, and I'm a living testament for that. All right. Let me say this one last time. Hopefully, you've been enlightened, educated. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I'll see you on the next one, and peace.